What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to E3 week. It's time for Nintendo. Super excited. And of course, I have someone as excited as I am, if not even more. Mr. Jiggles, how are you today, sir?
Good. How are you, Mr. Improv?
I'm very good. Let's get off to a good start, because we have about 3 minutes until the direct happens. Do we see Breath of the Wild 2 today?
We better see Breath of the Wild 2. This whole show hinges on Breath of the Wild 2.
How much of the Zelda 35th anniversary do you see? And now it's supposed to be about a 40 to 45-minute direct.
All right, so here's the question. Let me rephrase your question. How much do I want to see, or how much do I expect to see?
I expect 20 minutes. That's my opinion.
If it was 45 minutes, completely worth the entire show. That I'd be 100% okay with it. And I'll take anything I can get. Anything I can get.
Anything you can get. So there was also, do we see the Switch Pro?
I think so. I think Nintendo needs to pull out all the big guns. Let's be real. Xbox's conference was
the best of these three, hands down.
First of all, it's probably they've been getting better and better after the last few years. They've been getting better and better, and I would have a hard time believing that, like, what else could Nintendo do to possibly beat it, or even come close?
Well, you have to know that they're going to talk about the Switch Pro. You have to mention Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary. I also see there is the rumor of the new 2D Donkey Kong. I could see something on Splatoon 3. So they definitely could have a meaty direct.
I think there's enough power hitters there for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think I will also see like a little Zelda All-Star edition where it will be like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker, and a nice little 3 compilation similar to what they did with Mario All-Stars with 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. I do see something similar to.
If that's the case, I'll be getting off the stream just to download it right away so I can say I was first.
There you go. Pre-order it. I also see like a little. It comes out next week, but Mario Golf. I expect to see something on that. But we are less than a minute.
Release.
Oh yeah, it will be. Hey, this is out next week. Get ready. But it's interesting to see that they say Nintendo software focus exclusively. So that means maybe they're trying to shy away from the Switch Pro. Maybe it's not ready. So that's a little bit interesting wording that Nintendo used there. But like I said, any minute now we should be starting the live stream. Should be good. I definitely see, like I said, 20 minutes easily on the 35th anniversary of Zelda. There was that Nintendo leak from GameStop with that poster that you saw of Zelda. So I expect a major thing of Zelda.
I would be shocked to not see something major come out of this conference from them. They either need to go all in and really show how impressive Breath of the Wild 2 is, or they need like a updated Switch console. They need something to make this relevant and worth the time sitting to watch it.
Do you see a bundle of the Switch Pro and Legend of Zelda 2, and do they both come out this year? Oh, it's starting.
Ooh.
Please no COVID release dates. Okay. That just means that the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is not going to happen. Can you hear it all right, sir?
Ooh, I'm getting the tingles.
It's definitely one I'm excited for.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
What's up, buddy?
Hello, I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide as well. The Nintendo Switch system is now in its 5th year.
Jesus.
Many people around the world are playing games on it. Nintendo Switch is being enjoyed by a wide range of players spanning all ages and all levels of gaming experience. Thank you all very much. We've been able to offer a wide variety of games on the system, not just from Nintendo, but also from our many development and publishing partners.
Like Ubisoft, Spark of Hope looks delicious.
You watching this Nintendo Direct will be able to find a game that suits your personal tastes. Today, we have news on upcoming Nintendo Switch games, and we'll be focusing on
I hope so.
This year.
We hope you enjoy it. Okay, to begin,
Here we go.
please take a look at this video.
I expect Smash Brothers DLC also to be announced, the other two characters, or at least one of them. Not actual gameplay footage.
Oh. This is all you, bud.
What is this?
This is the new end to the Lord of the Rings.
Isn't that Ganondorf, though?
Yeah.
What is this? Oh, my goodness.
You did.
Oh,
well.
my goodness. Let's go. I mean, it's not Jin. I'm okay with that. But, oh, let's go. Best conference so far.
I like it just throws up Ganondorf into a volcano.
That's great.
Oh, that's incredible.
Let's go. Oh, he looks like he's ready for today. So let's have a release date of today, Nintendo. Oh, he looks great. What's his ultimate smash?
Oh my god, all these people get thrown into a volcano.
This was the Tekken 4. This is how it began, just throwing everybody off. Oh, and then the arms. That's great. That's going to be his final smash. Oh, yes, please.
Wow.
Yes, please. Oh, my goodness. I am so fucking happy right now. This might take over Steve Fox as my favorite character in Smash.
Really? I'm always going to be Link. And maybe Cloud is a close second.
And here's it. Oh, let's go. Out right now.
Man, the crossovers are real.
Oh, God. He's got to fucking float back up.
Hello, I'm Masahiro Sakurai from Sora Limited and the director of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game. Kazuya Mishima from the fighting game series Tekken will join the battle. Surprise! I'll go over the details at a later date, so please sit tight. For today, though, we've prepared a short video to showcase Kazuya's moves in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Please take a look.
All right.
He's so fast.
Oh. He looks like he's way into development, so I would see him being available in the next month.
Easily. He looks super OP. He's so fast.
Yeah, but the same thing could be said about Cloud. When Cloud first came out, he was
Listen,
absolutely
if you start
insane.
talking about Cloud, we're kicking you out of the stream. That's just the no one talks about.
That's where they had the remake too. Guess what? Part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII remake coming to Switch exclusively.
Oh my god! Could you imagine if they were like, we're announcing with the Switch Pro as a release title?
Oh my god! Look at this. Oh, this looks amazing.
This feels like Tekken.
Yes, it does.
No,
No, tell me more.
I'll talk about the fighter more in a future presentation. We still have to record it first, actually. The air date is shown below. Please stay tuned.
Okay, so that will realistically be his release date.
Right, and that will be a direct just for that, I bet.
Yeah.
New fighter Kazuya will join the fight in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
I'm so okay with
Forward
this.
to seeing how
I feel like
Kazuya
this is an appetizer,
has
though.
experienced
I
many
expect a lot
fight
more.
styles across the Tekken series will fight in this game.
I do see the other DLC character maybe being announced later.
Nintendo Switch headlines.
Here we go. The headlines begin.
Your choices matter in these emotional, supernatural tales.
Life is Strange.
Oh god. If we gotta watch another 20-minute Life is Strange presentation.
Yeah, this is 100% of Life is Strange. Music and everything. Ooh,
Yeah.
banana. Yep.
Yep. Just wait for it.
That's it. Yep. Unless it's a spinoff. And that would just make what? This is the girl from the new game,
The new one, Colors, right? What's the
Yeah.
name of it?
which Square did like a presentation on. Still did not answer anything. That's coming to Switch. Okay, that's cool. I'm happy that it's coming to Switch.
Ooh, Alex will love that.
Does look nice on the Switch. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the footage is not final, but if it's something like this,
Well, you know, because it's coming on that Switch Pro.
oh, 100%.
Let's
I
see.
went- Is it day and date?
True colors.
Very
Launches
nice.
on Nintendo
Is
Switch
that when it's
and
getting released?
Remastered collection.
Ooh.
comes to Nintendo Switch later
That
this
is
year.
not. So they're supposed to release
There's
simultaneously.
something for everyone on the Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
new game. Here we go.
You are Star-Lord, leading a legendary band of heroes for hire in this thrilling action-adventure game. Jump on a wild
Feels like
ride
I saw
across
this.
the cosmos.
I do have interest in this though, very much.
I think it's going to be. I'm going to definitely get it. I think that this is going to be everything we wanted in Avengers and just didn't get.
You got this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
And I like how your decisions actually matter. I always like when games do that because it makes you feel like you're important.
Worms everywhere. In this real
Nope, this is your game.
Oh god, I can never get into the Worms games. I did download the demo though for the Final Fantasy Origins.
I gotta download it. I need if it's a true Origin thing like Skyward Sword, I gotta have to play it.
2022. I'm surprised there was already a demo on it, but I just hope it's not like repetitive. And it looks like from the gameplay it was.
It reminded me a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake with just like how you move and fight. What is this?
This is your game right here.
This easily could be my game here.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, this is definitely.
this is a gigs game. This is very looking like a gigs game.
Well, I can't. I gotta remember and look it up later, but there was definitely a 2D game that had your DNA written all over it. It looked like a successor to Octopath.
Don't say things like that. You're gonna get smacked.
You know what is not being played is this. Nothing against this game. It just I have no interest.
Enrollment for 2 Point Campus starts on Nintendo Switch next year.
So good. We're getting all this stuff out of the way for something big.
A beloved series rolls.
All right. So calling
Donkey
it.
Kong. Here's the 2D Donkey Kong.
Yep.
Oh god, the music's already fantastic. Oh, Ape Escape.
When was
Or
the
Super
last
Monkey
Ape
Ball.
Escape?
No, Super Monkey Ball. My apologies.
Oh my god! I forgot about this game. That
How
was
could
for
you?
the
It's 20 years
64, right?
old. This came out, I think, on the PlayStation originally. I couldn't. Oh man.
Nintendo releasing a game that came out 20 years ago in a package. Never heard of that before. What a new move for Nintendo.
Well, the nice thing is, you could definitely tell they're going to end with Legend of Zelda at this rate.
They have to. The last
Because if
20 years
they're
of the-
going through all this stuff,
Mhm.
Go bananas when Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania rolls onto Nintendo Switch.
that's a $40 game right there.
that you already
Here's Mario Party 2.
And you're invited.
Yep.
Ready for another round
This
of
was
Mario
rumored.
Party Mayhem? Of course you are. It's a Superstar collection.
I might get this though. I think this would be fun for all of us to play. It's always been
Oh,
such
yeah.
a good game.
Whip it up on 5 classic boards from the Nintendo
Ooh,
Switch.
okay.
Peach's birthday
That's
cake
cool.
in Spaceland. Each board is packed with zany events guaranteed to keep you on your toes. And when we say zany, we mean it. Jump, connect blocks, and give facelifts in hilarious over-the-top mini games, all of which support button controls. With
Oh,
100
button controls. That makes you smile.
Nice.
catalog,
Okay, 100 games. I like that.
Here's a little party favor. All game modes work with online play.
Nice. So here's a question for you: $60 game?
Other party
Yes,
games-
absolutely.
Save your pride rest mid-game, grab a snack, then resume the festivities.
That's cool.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
okay.
see
That's
that.
huge. That's huge.
Communicate with others. It's time to party in Mario Party Superstars.
Okay.
Okay.
October 20. Okay.
Right. I'll take it.
Today on Nintendo eShop.
That might be on the pre-order list. Here we go.
Before we show this next trailer, I'd like to say one thing.
It's not coming out this year.
We're working hard on the latest game in the Metroid Prime series, Metroid Prime 4.
Ho, 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 ho.
This is a 2D Metroid.
We'd like to introduce another new
So have you pre-ordered it yet?
franchise.
What, the 2D Metroid? No. It should be a 2D Metroid.
What?
What? Did they just skip over 4?
4 comes out after 5.
Of course, you know, numbers. Oh my God. Jay pulled trout. Sell them. What is this? Yep. There's my 2D Metroid.
Wait a minute. Didn't they just say Metroid 5?
Exactly. Maybe the 5th one in the 2D. But it does look nice.
I mean, listen, that's classic Metroid. You can't be upset about that.
This I might see a hard time charging 60 for. But they definitely will.
Jay, you should just sell your PS5 and forget about MLB The Show and get a Switch.
Girlie says she likes the Metroid games. I've always been a fan. See it on Treehouse, so you guys see more gameplay on the Treehouse, which is cool. Let me tell you something. You see that Halo multiplayer? Oh, October 8th. Let's go.
Halo
That's-
multiplayer, we all play. You gotta get an Xbox, buddy.
Oh, bro, I've been looking every day now
I
for
will help
Sea of Thieves and
Help me,
everything.
just like you helped me with the PS5, I will help you.
I appreciate you.
The brand new Metroid Dread game. As the name Dread implies, this is a Metroid game with a new feel, showcasing a variety of threats that Samus will encounter.
This looks cool, though.
It's scheduled to be released on October 8th, so it won't be too long until launch. On that same day, we'll
Oh, I gotta show the amiibo love.
amiibo figures for Samus.
I wonder if they're gonna connect it to 4.
Let's move on to more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Ooh.
These familiar franchises are back on Nintendo Switch.
Beautiful Joe, too. I'm just kidding. Oh, Jesus Christ.
To get down in the latest Just Dance game.
You know what? I thought we had avoided it when we didn't see it at Ubisoft. I was so excited.
When I tell you at the Ubisoft Forward conference, when the guy came out, he goes, "Oh, my song like lips dips, fucking heels kneels." I was like, I've never heard of this song ever before in my life. They're gonna obviously show it.
They're like 40 hot new tracks that we just made up now.
November 4th. Oh.
The arcade smash hit Cruisin' Blast is speeding onto Nintendo Switch.
Oh my God, they definitely are ending with Zelda. They're gonna be like, "All right, here's Zelda for everybody."
Up to 4 players can race together, so pick your favorite vehicle and hit the road.
I'm sorry. The only thing that can make this conference worth it right now is the fact that they do
Switch this
they got to do a pro announcement or something. And
It's the ultimate
ooh,
Dragon Ball.
Oh, here's a J game for you.
uh-huh.
And other V5s through 4 sagas in this action RPG. Say it. Protect the Earth from an invasion.
That could be a fun Switch game.
Frieza.
Yeah, this was the Kakarot that it's cool that it's bringing to Switch.
I don't think you never played the expansion though, correct?
No, I never did play the expansion. Let me tell you something. You know what I've been looking at though? Is the Assassin's Creed season pass.
Sorry.
Hardcore been looking at that.
I've been burned too bad. Supposedly they fixed that glitch. We'll see. Maybe 1 year, a long time from now, I'll go back on.
But 15 to 20 hours for the first DLC, which I think is a nice little expansion. And that Paris DLC looked great too.
Yeah, it does.
That's nice. So it looks like it's like a Game of the Year edition, September 24th. I'm all about that. Here, I knew it. I knew there was going to be a segment of Mario Golf.
I kind of expected like a final trailer thing, man.
Yeah, that's what I expect here. Yeah, see each mode.
Standard golf. Take your time to read the wind and terrain on the greens.
This comes out next week. I'm excited for this.
Different types of shots and aim for under par. Nice. Speed golf.
Speed golf just looks chaos.
Be the first to get your ball in the hole.
That's what she said.
Is that a new mode, or did you?
Yeah,
Where did you have that?
and you like race to finish it as fast as you can, but if you too many strokes add to your time, so it's like you got to be strategic. You can't just bowl through.
Interesting.
It's like it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be Mario Tennis, but golf. Same developers who did Mario Tennis, and the boss battles look pretty cool.
And here's some news.
Oh, Odyssey throwback.
Nice. Okay, that's nice.
Playable characters. The fairway's almost open. So set your team
Because I think there's 6 courses, which is a little upsetting. But if they're gonna do free updates, that's huge.
Nintendo Switch system
Yep.
June 25th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. Ready for the ride of a lifetime?
Oh, this is you, kid.
Welcome
No, I never played the first one.
to Monster Hunter.
Pretty sure you don't need to play the first one.
These ones are really story driven. I'm not even sure.
Explore diverse landscapes by riding your Monster, a monster companion.
Oh my god, that Capcom presentation yesterday.
Use them to craft items for your journey.
I don't feel like I missed anything.
You didn't. It was legit.
But beware of the
Resident Evil DLC is being made. Stuff on Monster Hunter and Ace Attorney, and they're like, "Thanks for watching."
Team up with your Monster.
Like,
Use weapons
cool.
and skills to overwhelm enemy monsters.
You couldn't have expected that much from it.
I expected at least some kind of game announcement. Like, in fairness, they did say about DLC for Resident Evil Village, which I mean should have been fucking expected.
I'll tell you though, the one thing about Monster Hunter games is they're always a lot of fun to play, and you always have fun crafting and trying to get your armor pieces.
It does look good though.
Buckle up, Ryder. It's going to be a real monster of an adventure.
Haha, That's
Oh.
funny.
Monster Hunter
No pun intended.
soars on
See it more on the Treehouse. It's like Xbox, where every time I point it out, I was like, play it first on Xbox Game Pass.
Mhm.
Alright.
Here's a new game from the head of the search.
WarioWare.
WarioWare.
Me? Hey, what do you mean? Who am I?
There's no way.
Wario.
There's no way
Kindly great.
they will be able to justify a $60 price tag for this.
You get to control
It's too zany.
I'm sorry, it's Nintendo. What do you expect? And it's part of their major brand.
This is definitely in the 40 category.
Let's see about that.
And they have wonderful new talents. Throw that stick thing. Not so bad. Use the spinning whatchamacallit. Nailed it. Same micro game. Different abilities.
This is ridiculous.
This is WarioWare, though.
Some big news. 2 people can play together at the same time.
Now, there we go.
Eh? Not nice. All right, you. Yes, you. The one watching this.
God, this game is so zany.
Micro game mayhem.
It's always been on the handhelds. September 10th. That's a perfect date for it because it's before everything comes out.
begin today.
I can't wait to see the price for this.
Uh,
What you just saw was the trailer for WarioWare. Get it together. In the latest installment of
Oh my god, they're gonna go into it. I love it.
cyber games that let you control Wario and his friends.
how long did they gonna make this conference? How are you not talking about Zelda yet?
40 to 45 minutes was the conference time. I'm telling you, we've been live for 5 additional minutes, so we're about 20 minutes in.
Right.
So I'd say about halfway.
As a high school student living in Tokyo, your life is fairly normal.
Oh, Shin.
Shin Megami Tensei. Oh God, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
know what I'm
butcher that.
talking about. Yep, that 100%.
But that
Yeah.
reality is upended after you get
Shin Megami
into
Tensei.
a different
Nailed it.
age.
There we go. After this has to be Zelda.
Yeah.
Imagine you don't see
super
any.
weird.
Oh my God, the internet would explode if there was no Legend of Zelda news.
Apocalyptic world.
Not only that, but Nintendo better be freaking out if there's no Nintendo news.
Well, you know you're gonna see something on Skyward Sword. You have to.
I'm still not convinced the $60 price tag is even worth it.
Gaining the power to fight demons.
Well, Jeremy said that you were talking to him and that he was gonna try it. He was gonna be the guinea pig.
Yeah, I said that's fine.
The world is now
I couldn't even tell you what this game was.
Demon-infested
It's
wasteland.
about finding demons. You know what it looks like? It almost looks like a near clone.
Hostile
Hmm.
and will attempt to destroy you. Harness your
It's definitely not, but it looks like it because it's definitely. This looks like turn-based combat.
Yep.
by targeting it. The number of consecutive actions you can
I feel like you would more likely play this than I would.
I would, but I definitely won't play it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. You know what could also make this conference the best conference ever? Octopath Traveler 2, like a true Octopath Traveler 2 announcement.
Well, it is in development. I'm guessing, girl, you meant WarioWare looks weird, and it is. It is very weird. WarioWare. It was always on the 3DS and 2DS, and it's fun. It's a fun little game, but it's fucking
I
bonkers.
feel like it has a little cult following. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
does. It definitely does. And with no handhelds, like 3DS, like continuation, where else are you gonna put it but on the Switch? That's what I'm saying. That game cannot be over 40 hours. It cannot.
Another demon can be created.
Just weird that you brush your teeth and stuff. Absolutely correct, Curly. We're really spending some time on Shin Megami Tensei.
it's become a major franchise.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I always thought I should go back and play. I heard they were very challenging games, though. I heard like they were actually really difficult. Oh, another treehouse.
Nintendo Switch, November 12th.
And November 12th. That might mean that it's their big fall game.
June 21st.
That's sad.
That might be bold. Unless we see Mario Kart 9.
That was the latest trailer for Shin Megami Tensei 5 from Atlas. This is the newest game in the series. Please look forward to future updates. Let's see a few more Nintendo Switch headlines.
Something's about to make Jeppy very happy.
10 years.
Danganronpa.
Yep.
Monokuma. God, I love Monokuma.
Three games in the deadly Danganronpa series are coming to Nintendo Switch.
Oh, I never played the third yet.
Proclaimed school headmaster has trapped you.
I was told it was really good. I should check it out.
It is basically
Unfortunately,
you're in a high school, somebody gets murdered, you have to figure out who it is.
betrayed the other students.
And that's the way to get out of the school. See?
When a student meets their demise, a class trial will take place to reveal the culprit.
You're the culprit, aren't you, Mia?
Johnny, I had no idea.
They probably moved the body there.
Use the evidence you've gathered to refute contradictions and find the guilty party.
I was saying this to Jay yesterday. Ace Attorney is very similar to this.
You know, I saw something on Ace Attorney that they're doing like another one. I don't know if it's a sequel or something.
Yeah, it's coming out in what?
The board game from Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony has been expanded into a standalone game. Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp. An all-star cast of characters from the Danganronpa series will come together to battle at a tropical resort. Who's the strongest of them all in this ultimate beach brawl? The 4-game collection Danganronpa Decadence launches as a
Okay.
exclusive on Nintendo Switch later this year.
You have my interest.
4 games will also be individually
Look.
available on Nintendo eShop.
Oh, this is
You're not afraid of
What is this?
Deadly Premonitions or something? Fatal Frame. That's it.
In this horror adventure game, you'll uncover the mysteries surrounding the ethereal but deadly Mount Hikami, believed to be at the center of many disappearances.
We haven't seen this game, I think, since the PS1.
Your only defense is a camera that
I thought they did a Fatal Frame for like PS2.
Still, then you're looking at over 10 years.
Yeah. I could have sworn I remember a Fatal Frame coming out at one point. I just don't remember when.
Letting you experience the game from different perspectives. New costumes and photo modes are included in this version. Can you investigate Mount Hikami and stay alive? Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water, creeps onto Nintendo Switch this year.
All right, Nintendo, we got like about 10 minutes realistically of your conference, so
And DLC are coming soon.
we got to hit some
Today.
Zelda soon.
Okay, this we knew.
Is not
Yep.
over. Raise hell in the first campaign expansion for Doom Eternal.
But that just makes me want to get it for Xbox because it's on the Game Pass. Plus,
More challenging combat awaits.
it's got the 4K 160 frames. Like, come on.
Terrain.
120 frames. I'm upgrading my TV so I can play it in full K on the PS5 and Xbox.
Campaign expansion
Very
launches
nice.
on Nintendo Switch later today.
Okay. Tony Hawk.
Get ramped up for 2 iconic skateboarding games.
I miss this game. This game was so fun when we were kids.
It's an era-defining
And you got a playlist? Oh,
and roster of new and returning
This is
pros.
going to be 40 on the Switch.
Take your sessions on the go with all the original game modes. And compete locally.
See, I might get this on the Switch because I don't need it to be graphically.
Drop into Tony
I
Hawk
like-
Pro Skater 1 and 2.
no, but if they have the
Crazy.
multiplayer, like the multiplayer is fun if we all play together.
Available now
Mhm,
on
I
Nintendo
agree.
eShop.
And I like these little quick hits they're doing right now.
Sateki, the Witcher
That's because they're gonna squeeze it in before Zelda.
only one group of
So we
heroes
think.
can stop them.
I know they're about to.
In this thrilling adventure, you'll
I saw a comment earlier where it's like, imagine they've recycled the same video where it's like, we have no news to report on the sequel for the Wild. They just.
I'll be throwing my camera across the screen. Like,
I was just saying, I'm like, that would have been nuts if they do that shit.
see, these games are cool, but like that's the problem. When you have games that are just like it, that are way graphically better, it doesn't do anything for me.
This, I have to say, did look good, and I think it was one of the best things that Ubisoft did.
I just don't get the appeal of it. I just don't. I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't get the appeal of it.
It's an RTS I play. That should already make it a big thing.
Yeah, but you know nothing about RTS, so stop.
That's fair. But I enjoy it because it's kooky and it's that Mario loving.
Yeah.
Battlefield, creating new strategic and chaotic possibilities. So aim for victory with a little help from your friends.
And I'm curious to see how the story goes because the first story was pretty cool.
Well, one thing.
And as you could see, Luigi has a bow and arrow, and that already sells me.
Mario Sparks of Hope launches into
Could you imagine if they give him a vacuum?
Switch next year.
I wouldn't be surprised at that special ability. All right, stop fucking around, Nintendo.
Nope. Oh, is this Tank Wars? Yep. I never played Advance Wars. I never played Advance Wars when I was younger, but
This is something I would never play.
yeah, I don't blame you. I would never play it either.
You know what looks interesting though is Civilization 4.
It's a very complex game.
That's the thing. Looking into it, I was like, this definitely would be way complex.
My brother loves it though. And
If
you
I
can
had
play with
nothing
other
to play,
people.
maybe.
There's a game that's Diablo style and also StarCraft style coming out, and I forget the name of it, but it looks amazing. I'll have to send it to you.
Diablo 2 remastered though,
Oh, very excited! Because I never beat 2, so it'd be fun to do it.
and I think it's only like $20 on the PSN.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but I'm definitely gonna end up getting it.
Oh, 100%.
All right, here we go.
All right. This next segment will be our last announcement of the day. Please take a look.
That's not really reassuring. Oh my god, if they just do DLC for fucking Age of Calamity.
I'm gonna break something. Although I am kind of excited, I kind of want to check it out. That's cool. So you realize this is like a Final Fantasy VII remake type of game, right? It's basically that robot goes back in time.
But
Like,
still,
it looks great. Oh, and they're breaking the bike. All right. I might get this.
Wave 2, Guardians of... Okay. That can't be it.
Hello there. I'm AG Allen,
Here it comes, Chris.
producer of the Legend of Zelda series. What you've just seen is a trailer for the first wave of DLC for the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pass from Koei Tecmo Games. It will follow Link and his allies through more battles that took place 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I have a few more things to share with you all today.
I'm still confused why it's not an alternate timeline.
Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD game, which launches next month.
Full button control.
Put yourself in the role of Link by using 2 Joy-Con controllers for intuitive motion controls, or by playing in handheld mode, wielding the sword via flicking the stick and button-only controls. This game depicts the oldest era in the Legend of Zelda series, the story of how it all began. What is the origin of the Master Sword? Why did a woman named Zelda become the legend for future generations? These will all be unraveled in this game.
I want to know the story so bad. I just need to see the button controls.
Oh, 100%.
I
That
just-
will break this game.
I don't know.
Next up,
What the hell is that?
here's a little something you might like. This is a Game & Watch system that lets you play 3 games in the Legend of Zelda series. This year, the original Legend of Zelda game reaches its 35th anniversary. While we don't have any campaigns or other Nintendo Switch games planned, we've been working on this Game & Watch system as a special item to help mark the occasion and reflect fondly on the earliest days of The Legend of Zelda.
Seriously?
It will come with the first game in the series, The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, and the Game Boy version of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening game, as well as a special version of the Game & Watch title Vermin, starring Link as the playable character. So that's 4 games on one system, from longer Legend of Zelda games to the pick-up-and-play game Vermin.
Uh-huh.
In addition, regarding the watch functionality for the Game & Watch system, we've added a playable clock based on The Legend of Zelda, and an interactive timer themed after Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
Is this real life?
You can play with both of them by taking control of Link. We hope you'll enjoy playing this Game & Watch system whenever and wherever you'd like.
It's gonna be $80.
All right, here's the last thing we have to show you. This is the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yes!
Since we first announced this game, and we've been unable to share anything with you in that time. However, development has been steadily progressing. For today, we've prepared footage to show a bit more of the game. Please take a look.
That's it.
Ooh. All right. What? So it's like a time reverse function. That's cool. That's it.
So, what did you think? This time around, the setting for the adventure has been expanded to include the skies above Hyrule. We'd like to ask you to wait a bit longer. We're aiming for a 2022 release, so I hope you'll look forward to it.
How was that? That's all for this Nintendo Direct. We are diligently continuing development on a number of other games we didn't show today. I hope you'll continue looking forward to what's in store on Nintendo Switch. Thank you for watching.
Curly's best comment. What is that thing? A pocket Zelda?
Is that really it? Are you
Must
serious?
be.
I'm having trouble with the connection.
You
Let's try again in a moment.
have to be kidding me.
So, let's give our wonderful thoughts there. What do we think of this Nintendo Direct?
I can't even fathom words. Is this real life? Like, did I just waste 45 minutes of my life to watch a 2-minute trailer on a game that they announced 3 years ago? Not only that, but a third of that material wasn't new.
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt more lied to in my entire life.
So
That was your trailer?
So it's like we had the Smash announcement, which is cool, and obviously it's available on the 28th of June. I would think that it would be available. You had the Mario Party 2, the Super Monkey Balls, the 2D Metroid would look pretty cool. The Kakarot, the Monster Hunter, the WarioWare, the Danganronpa, the good old and then of course that wonderful Legend of Zelda, which
I mean, I'm excited that they're going to go Breath of the Wild. I wonder if they're connecting it, and that's why they remade Breath of the Wild. Because that whole drop-in thing looks like something from not from Breath of the Wild, from Skyward Sword. But let's be real. Like, this is by far the most underwhelming presentation I've seen in at least 2-3 years.
the interesting thing that actually that I don't think many people would pick up on is they're like, we really don't have anything planned for the Legend of Zelda for the Switch. And I was like, that's an interesting little tidbit of information. So my question is then, what is your big holiday game for Nintendo? The 2D Metroid? the DLC for
what was the
You know-
JRPG that we watched? Shin Megami Tensei.
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Shin Megami Tensei. Sorry, 5. Yeah, I feel like that's all you got. There was
But-
what was the other game that had a November release? There was one other one. Was that Metroid?
No, I believe Metroid was in September. Let me do a double take here and see. Hold on. Give me a moment.
So frustrating.
So this is
No,
so
October.
the October. So I mean, not to be the bearer of bad news, but you have Halo Infinite coming out this year.
Right.
Realistically, you have Horizon Forbidden West.
Right.
So besides the Pokemon remake, where if you played Pearl Ember before, what are you getting out of that? You have basically Metroid being like, hey, we're the big thing on campus here. Like, and WarioWare, like, there's nothing.
Yeah, but once again, Nintendo's biggest problem. Yeah, they announced that one game that was kind of new, but like 90% of this conference, once again, remakes and DLC. Like, I'm excited for Pulse of the Ancients. I will be playing that for sure. I thought Hyrule Warriors 1 was great. This Hyrule Warriors 2 was great too. But it's nothing substantial. I'll play it once I'm done playing all of the other games that have already been announced. That, mind you, are now free on Xbox Game Pass.
Agreed. And then, like I said, there's really, they didn't give me anything for Skyward Sword here. It's everything we knew.
And half of this is recycled footage from what they showed on the last conference.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand with COVID and everything backing up development and everything, but then they could have. It's tough to say.
But with all due respect, that's not an excuse. Xbox had a ton of games, and Sony is probably going to show a great press conference when they do theirs. I think later in July. Correct?
Well, we have EA that's scheduled for July, so I definitely do see a PlayStation. I think what PlayStation is planning on doing is they watch everybody go in E3. You have Xbox, you have Nintendo, Ubisoft, everybody presented. So now Sony can turn around and say, here's the latest Call of Duty. Here's more information on Forbidden West Horizon. Here's another big announcement. Here's maybe a trailer for God of War. Even though it's delayed, we give you a trailer. I think they're waiting a month or two and then saying, here's our state of play that you want to pay attention to.
I mean, how crazy would it be if Sony went heavy on? Think about all the heavy hitters they could do in one conference right now. We haven't really seen anything on Dragon Age. So you have Dragon Age. That in and of itself is a huge announcement. Horizon, you know it's coming in the pipeline.
Of course.
So picture if they did a big thing for Dragon Age, they did a big thing for Horizon, because you know that's almost a definite at this point. And then they turned around and did a huge, just like a minute trailer for God of War. Just so
I'm not expecting a humongous trailer for God of War, but give me something to.
Just him standing there being, boy, come here.
But to see to get this 2-minute trailer right here, and then basically just saying, "Hey, you now can go to the sky."
This gets me nervous. I mean, how do you have a game that's been in development this long? Like, I get COVID and all of that, but like, it was
the engine was already in place,
right? Like, you had all of this stuff already done for you. How is it that this is? The one thing that's interesting is if you look at Link, his hair looks different to me in some of those pictures, and I like the newer costumes.
I agree.
But once again, and that gets me excited because the way they did armor as like an RPG style in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was excellent. Like the upgrading and all of that I thought was fantastic. But once again, like they're behind the 8 ball. Oh, Life is Strange. Oh, Monkey Ball. Like you had all this stuff already. And look at Monkey Ball. It's exactly what it was before. It's not like it's like a updated, cleaned up 4K resolution one. It's not. It's the same game.
I think the Mario Party little All-Star edition with all 100 games is cool. But what is going to be the selling point for this holiday season? I mean, if Skyward Sword came out maybe a little bit later and not in July, you can make that argument. But now, what are you really arguing for that?
Your argument's going to be, come on, a remake? Not even a good one?
And that was originally $50 and now is charging $60 on the Nintendo Switch.
Right. And it's not like what did we talk about? Like Wind Waker. Wind Waker, they literally rebuilt it and cleaned it all up and even added some stuff to it and sold it for the price that it was. Now you're talking about a game that all they did was just update the graphics a little bit, which you could do for free on a mod. And now this is what it is? I mean, on an emulator, not a mod. I misspoke. Like, not impressed, Nintendo. This was utterly disappointed. And this was probably, outside of Xbox being way better than anyone thought it would ever be, I had put a lot of eggs in my basket thinking this was going to be the conference to watch. And I'm honestly, sorry to say it, utterly disappointed.
So, giving it a review, what would you say at the end of the day?
So I gave Xbox an 8.59. I thought there were just some things that bored me a little bit. There was some cool things. They had some IPs. I'm sorry. This conference for me, 5.5.
I agree. Like I said, it was cool with the DLC and everything.
But you expected that. You didn't do anything. And then what we expected, we were let down on.
And the interesting thing is, I would expect like an all-star edition, like at least with Zelda, like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and like Wind Waker.
Right. And they didn't even what you bare minimum expected, you got. And to be honest, this whole thing was supposed to be the rumor was to introduce Breath of the Wild 2. And the best you could do was a 2-minute trailer in which 30 seconds of the footage was already shown.
And the interesting thing is nothing on Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah,
even a trailer or something.
Yeah, like I said, there were some people making comments. There's other journalists I was listening to, and they made the comments that they just switched the art director. Me and you had talked about this. They just kind of went back to the drawing board. I believe it was a year ago. So to get this doesn't necessarily surprise me. I think this game looks great, and it's not like that little multiplayer thing they tried to do that looked kiddish a few years back. Like, this is a legit Metroid game. Like, I would actually legitimately consider playing this.
And I think I will. This is definitely the Nintendo game I will be buying this fall, but there's nothing else that speaks to me this year for Nintendo.
And you're not going to tell me this side-scroller game is going to hold water against Horizon
or Halo. Like I said, look at them, the multiplayer. I don't know if you watched the video, them going into the multiplayer, and they're like, hey, this is what we're working on for Halo. It looks amazing. You can fucking store shit on your truck. You can grab it, like everything.
The customization looking cool like that, I think that's everything that you need to add to make a multiplayer worth it for someone like me who's not a big multiplayer fan.
I was saying to Jay, I'm like, this is going to be the multiplayer game that actually has me coming back and wanting to play more. Getting that classic Halo feel.
And to be honest, the story trailer looks like they took the original trailer and went HD with it and added in another minute and a half of cutscenes, and I absolutely loved it. I love the new VI and all of that.
Yep, free multiplayer, and if you want to experience the story, and the nice thing with the story is they just gave. That's the one thing is the takeaway, and I don't want to compare like Xbox and Nintendo and say who's better, but like everybody was expecting to see something on Xbox. Everybody was expecting to see Halo Infinite, and Halo and Xbox delivered. They gave you a little cinematic campaign where it's like, ooh, I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm curious to see how the story goes. And then you have free multiplayer with all the customization. We understand not everybody's here for multiplayer, but here's a separate video that goes into it. And even if you're not the biggest Halo multiplayer fan, it just made me go, this looks cool. the personal, making it a personal setup. Your gears, your knee pads, your elbow pads can be fully customizable. It's like, no, we wanted to make this the best it could be, and that's
Well,
absolutely insane.
And Halo 3 was what got our generation, a lot of people into it. Wasn't Call of Duty. I started playing multiplayer because I loved Halo 3. And now that you're bringing back Halo 3 vibes, and on top of that, I'm getting all the customizations like that you now get with next gen console games. That's amazing. That sold me. And not only that, you're forgetting the most important thing. Once again, Xbox Game Pass.
27 games coming to
20
Xbox Game Pass.
And 3 of them are like major games. You're not talking like, oh, they put an indie game on Xbox Game Pass for free, or like, a AA developer. Like, you're talking main AAA games that I would easily go out and spend to get a special edition on. And they're now on that. Like,
Look at
I'm sorry.
12 minutes. You knew how excited I was for 12 minutes. And for that to be day and day with Xbox Game Pass, I'm like, I need to get an Xbox yesterday.
Right. And that's the thing. How do you gave me a reason to download all those games on my Xbox. It's going to be like back in 2011 or 2010 where my PlayStation was collecting dust and all I could do was play my 360 all the time. Like, you're literally bringing me back to those days. Because, to be honest with you, as much as I want to play because I like some little functions better on the PlayStation 5, they're not better. Like, the Xbox has it for free. Like,
and to pay $14.99 for every month to be able to play these top tier games.
Right. More than happy to. Than happy to. And I just like, I know we're watching a Nintendo conference, but come on, how Nintendo has to be staring at themselves going, and so is PlayStation going like, what do we do? Because you cannot deny that this Xbox, I'm not saying it did anything to revolutionize the conference or how like I think about games, but it was just that good that it's far beyond any other conference I've watched in the past 4 to 5 years. Like, I can think of maybe when Breath of the Wild, and that had to be, 7 years ago? I think it was announced 2 years before it came out. Like, I don't think I've been that excited watching a conference since then. Like, I just haven't. Sorry.
Like I said, looking at on my board here, you had Ubisoft, you had Xbox and Bethesda, Square Enix, you had Capcom, you had Gearbox, you had Nintendo, you had all these major things. Gearbox only talked about the movie. Capcom really didn't show anything new. Take-Two was all about equality, no games. And you had Xbox going like, no, game after game after game. And then they were like, hey, here's cool things. But also, in fairness, Ubisoft, that Avatar game looks amazing. But
it does.
Nintendo should have looked and said, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's going on is like Xbox delivered. We have to at least give something. Even if they added on saying like, all right, here's 2 minutes of Breath of the Wild, and we're at least looking at the first half of 2022. Give us something a little bit more to be excited about.
So here's what my big predicaments for the rest of the year are going to be. Sony is going to come out with a crazy conference going all out with Horizon, God of War, like a minute trailer. Like, I don't expect more than that. I like, even if it was just his face and like God of War 2, like I could see it. And then what was the other big one we were talking about for Sony that I'm now blanking on?
They have God of War coming out this year. They have, well, not this year, but next year, Horizons.
Oh, Dragon Age. Dragon Age. That they're gonna ride that, and I'm telling you right now, me and you are never gonna forget the 45 minutes of our life that we wasted watching this Nintendo Direct.
Let's talk about Zelda Pocket though.
It better be for $20.
This is easily going to be a $60 to $80 purchase. And that's the other thing. I'm curious about WarioWare. Like, are you going to charge $60 for that? I feel like this gave us more questions than answers. And in a time where Xbox really just showed up and delivered, I mean, apples and oranges. But we can go on and talk about how Nintendo didn't present their best selves to us today. But I want to thank you for joining me, sir.
Thank you for
I mean, I
having
wish it was better than what we had. But remember, guys, all the E3 content is right here on the channel. All my reactions to all the press conferences, whether they be good or bad. And, of course, you could always check that out. Later on today, I'm doing a full-on analysis, so you could check that out, giving me all my thoughts on what the big hits were for all the E3 press conferences, what to look out for, and what to run the hell away from. But until then, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Mr. Jiggles, for joining me. And until next time, game on.
Game on. Cheers.
Cheers.